Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Carabao Cup predictions for the first leg of the semi-final. Some interesting ties here, Sophie. Exciting times for these teams.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's interesting how it's lined up. You've got Southampton and Newcastle, Forest and Manchester United. Do get your predictions down below. Do make sure to hit that like button and do make sure to hit the red subscribe button. 65% of viewers haven't subscribed, so hit the red button down below. And let's start with tonight's game at St Mary's. Southampton take on Newcastle. Now, Newcastle last time out in the Premier League only managed the 0-0 draw. I think Newcastle are a very decent team, and even when they don't win, they usually do play the better stuff.
Yeah.
This is massive for Southampton. They're at home for the first leg. They really can't afford to lose because then they have to go to Newcastle and try and overturn it. And to be fair, Southampton have been better under Nathan Jones and they've been doing pretty well in cup competitions.
In the cup, yeah, not in the league.
But Newcastle, I just feel like it's written in the stars Newcastle could go on to win this competition. I think Southampton will give it a good go. They've got to try and get something from this home leg, but I think Newcastle will just get an advantage here. Southampton 1, Newcastle United 2.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say the same. I'm backing Southampton to get a goal, and I do very much think they're going to be in this game, purely because they're doing quite well in the cup. I think in the league it's a different story, but in the cup somehow they're doing all right. I agree though, I think Newcastle are very, very tough opposition, so I see Newcastle getting the win, but a tight game, so I agree with 2-1.
2-1 to Newcastle, we're going the same. Right, next up is Wednesday's fixture. Nottingham Forest host Manchester United, and we'll both be going to the City Ground. Your first time to the City Ground, are you excited?
Yeah, very excited actually.
It's a massive game. Nottingham Forest have somehow found themselves in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup when their objective this season was just to stay in the Premier League. Who knows what will happen? Just like with Southampton though, Forest do need to try and get something from this home leg if they're to try and give themselves any chance of getting to the final. Manchester United obviously having a great season, but in recent games in the Premier League, that 1-1 draw with Palace, they conceded in the last minute. They lost to Arsenal in the last minute, but obviously Arsenal are fantastic. As for Forest, we've been keeping an eye on their progress and a slow start to the Premier League, but they've been building into this season, and I've got to say, I do fancy them more at the City Ground. Yeah. As I say, Forest are at home, and if anything, they probably need to try and win, just even by one goal, to nail down some form of advantage. They really can't afford to lose, because then it's almost mission impossible. They'd have to go and overturn it at Old Trafford. I'm excited for this one. I am really looking forward to going back to the City Ground. Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, two good sets of fans. I'm going to say it's an entertaining 1-1.
Okay. Yeah, I am tempted to say a draw as well. I think if any team's going to nick it, it's got to be United based on current form. Saying that, Forest are in the Premier League in better form than they started the season in. They're looking like a pretty solid unit now, to be honest. United are a very, very good team with Rashford firing. He's just absolutely unplayable at the moment. They should have Casemiro back as well if they're going to go full strength, so that is a massive player for them. I do think there's going to be goals in this for both teams, so I'm going to say an entertaining 2-2.
You're going to sit on the fence with me as well.
I am.
Forest have got to get something.
If
Newcastle and Manchester United win these games, then there could almost be not much to play for when they are both at home in the next leg the following week. Do get your thoughts down below. If you're heading to the City Ground, feel free to come and say hello to us. A massive thank you to Simon from Forest Fan TV for sorting us those tickets. Massive games, guys. Who's going to take an advantage going into that second leg next week? Let us know. Get your predictions down below, hit that like button, do subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.